Uh, we're gonna go live then.
Live.
All right, hello everybody. I realize I'm screaming into the void. But for the sake of YouTube and posterity, welcome to D&D. I'm naming this campaign in a Land of Mirrors. We're gonna figure out why at some point in that campaign.
Perhaps.
But I feel like that rolls off a little bit better than going with the continent name Turnakamen, which does not roll off the tongues quite as nice. We are playing Pathfinder First Edition, and we've got in our party, you know what I should have asked you guys to do? You know what, Keckers and Fuzzy, change your usernames in here to match to be your character name for the nicknames.
All right.
I wonder if I can.
You should be able to set it too.
I know.
I exactly you change your username for just a channel. I never do that.
There's a way. I'm trying to remember.
Is it per server profile?
You can
server.
do. I think so, yeah. See, here's the ad thing real quick.
Don't mind us. This is the first time we're doing something like this.
Per server profile, yeah.
Also, I keep seeing us. There we go. Okay. All right. Eventually, what my end goal is going to be is to kind of have a name burn and portrait, kind of like how Fuzzy has here.
Yeah. I'd like to get one of those in too.
I guess ignore my disembodied fucking head over here. And that. But anyways, we're starting in Pathfinder. We have our team of Athene. I'll let you do your last names. All I need to know is Zillin, Athene, Zillin, Obroxin.
Aubergine.
Aubergine.
It's aubergine.
It's Zillion.
He's an aubergine?
He's an aubergine.
Okay. Is Zillion. And Fuzzy's is Fuzzlotta, I think?
Fuzzlotta Chunkborb.
Funkborb, I like it. Zealand Helmet.
Chunkborb.
Chunk.
Athene Ninox.
Zealand.
And as the characters have been living their lives, all paths have been leading them to Tidford, a small mountain town that was established by Bazik. Let me get my note here. Go. Bazik Silverhammer. A village elder of sorts. He established this village roughly 300 years ago. He is a very old, outwardly appearing dwarf. There are some rumors that he may have mixed lineages, and he may in fact have some elven blood in him, as he is not only more put together than your average dwarf, he seems very refined. He seems where normally he would have rough features. He has very sharp and smooth features. But in his younger days, he professed to be a cleric to the goddess Selene, the goddess of information, and art. The town of Tidford since has found a strange niche for itself, as it sits along one of the few paths on the eastern continent to allow travel from north to south. During its winter seasons, the town's very hardy, very relatively small. About 1,000 people live there. But once the solstice changes and the summer approaches, Tidford becomes a busy traveling hub with several thousand people coming in, with the largest amount being during their solstice celebration. A bit of a local holiday and tradition. They like to have a very large opening events of sorts. There's much merrymaking, a lot of partying. People who only ever get to see each other whilst traveling usually make plans, and often they find themselves in Tidford. And while Tidford itself usually is quite sleepy, it does sit it does have a rather unique feature nearby that also attracts many people. A magical phenomenon known as an infinite forest. The tales of people wandering in woods that never end, entering from one end, finding themselves across the continent. Tidford has a rather remarkable example of this phenomenon, as most magic folks are aware that infinite forest is mostly just what it appears to give itself. It is really just a condensed magical realm that in theory can be explored, and Bazik has seemingly committed most of his latter years not just in ensuring that the town of Tidford prospers and that the people who travel through are safe and well taken care of, but also to try and map out the nature of this forest, where it might actually link up, what magical realms can it actually be connected to, and really what the extent of it is. But that is a rather large, small feature for our party, as we have all found ourselves in this early morning at a town gathering. The spring solstice is rapidly approaching, little less than 2 weeks away. And there are a few problems that are happening. There's been a spate of missing persons. The normal suspects of mountain bandits or dangerous flora and fauna don't seem to be fitting the MO, because even the largest of predators often leaves some sign, but we've had people just disappearing seemingly into the wind, which has caught the attention not only of the rumor mill in the local town, but also of people passing by. And Bazik, ever the proactive individual, he has called a meeting to try and address this. And as various merchants who have shown up early to ensure good spots for the solstice festival are approaching, as this meeting also covers kind of the going-ons, you hear Bazik place a call for nothing too dangerous, but he does ask for able-bodied individuals willing to accept a little bit of risk, as one of the missing individuals is also a critical member for the celebrations. Druig, the druid, has seemingly disappeared, and whilst this eclectic individual has been known to have flights of fancy off into the infinite forest on long foraging runs, as he is not only not only a supplier of a lot of the alchemical ingredients that the town ends up bringing in and processing, he is also a supplier of various enhancers of one's enjoyment of nature. All legal, of course.
What was the name of his name again?
Druig, Druegg.
Unless you mean like the person running the event.
That is
That was
Bazik.
Bazik.
Druig is the person of interest that Bazik is having a call to try and find where this individual has gone off to. And the reason he wants more able-bodied people, whilst Druig does not live in the Infinite Forest, he lives fairly close to it. And as most travelers know, one of the more hazardous things in Tidford is rarely the mountain bandits or any other humanoid person. It's the strange things that almost defy explanation. Super fauna, super flora appearing at random, various fey creatures that haven't been seen in generations, different potents of certain doom sometimes will arrive in the forest, though for those capable, most of the time it's easily avoidable. And Druig is, if anything, quite capable, as this man has not only a fondness for nature, he loves bears.
Those bears.
Hence Bazik's concern that the elder druid may have gotten himself into a bit of a situation. And he asks for volunteers. Of course, you will all be compensated 500 gold pieces per person who volunteers should they bring Druig back. 250 if they can't bring Druig back, but they know what happens to him. And he does.
What if we bring back part of Druid?
250. Bazik cannot overstate how important it is that Druig is able to complete his duties for the Solstice Festival, as on top of the various recreational drugs that he creates, he is also the major portent of medical drugs, most first aid and healing for the area. He even exports healing potions to all the local ranger branches that exist in the different spots in the woods of Tidford. And Bazik would very much like, if he is alive, bring him back alive at almost any cost.
And other question, how well does my character know him?
Fuzlata, as you've been a local, Druig has been a feature of the town. He's definitely one of the, despite no inclination from the druid himself, he is one of the larger personalities. As
right, but since you kind of know a bit about the backstory I have written, how was the problem? I'm suspecting there was interaction. More interaction.
He has written a few poems.
All right.
if you catch my drift, sometimes, in fact, he writes an actual poem. You get a little confused at those moments.
Yes. I can imagine. Okay.
But he, despite his very odd personality, the hermit is definitely capable of to be in his advanced age and still living alone and having bears as his best friend. This disappearance is particularly odd.
Okay, yeah, I mean, I suspected so. I just wanted to get clarification.
Any other questions from the players? The call for arms has been raised. You notice that most of the people around you, there's some who are of adventuring body, but you notice that most of these people, if they were here not to pick up extra work. These are caravan guards. These are travelers who have places to be. These are people whose they're neither desperate for coin, nor are they of skill set to handle what Bazik is asking for.
Okay. So are we in a place where we get this? Was it on a message board?
He is having a kind of a town hall. You are in the town plaza. There are bulletin boards around. There's also a podium with which public addresses can be made. And this is kind of a early morning bugle of like, hey, here's what's going on. Here's where we need help with. Here's what we're offering. Like, here's our orders of agenda. Most other seeing as
I guess I have another question, since with kind of the character's backstory with being from here. How well does Bazik know Fazlada? So I'm kind of curious if since this almost seems like something.
Fazlada has never officially been contacted by Bazik. Fazlada very much suspects that Bazik is aware of what Fazlada does.
I was thinking of that too, so that's why I was wondering if there's if this, kind of if Bazik seems to be kind of implying a please do, and then like
you get the feeling that if he felt comfortable taking care of this issue with what he had within his own means, he would have. Because it's very rare that Bazik will have town matters that are as important as this in open meetings. This is usually something that his network of rangers will take care of.
Trying to understand kind of the social aspect of how Fazlada would basically approach to accept this, because there's that kind of clear, like
Fazlada knows that most of what Bazik does, and Fazlada has also seen the kind of tense moments of when Bazik has to remind people that Tidford is its own station and territory. He is not blinded by morals. While he does not approve of certain things, and he still instates law, he still keeps things orderly. There are certain times when he understands you have to get your hands dirty, and this is ever the reminder that despite his very elegant appearance that he wants, he has at least 2 centuries of adventuring underneath his belt. This is a very, very weathered dwarf.
Okay, I was just more of kind of if it was more of how much was it unspoken of them making eye contact and kind of
he's been
a simple nod from Fazlada kind of thing.
You kind of notice you would have had time to kind of see that he's like anyone who's able-bodied. If you need time to think about it, please approach my office after I go through the rest of this. We will have details on what you need to do, where you need to go.
Okay, so he has that aspect of.
He is not talking to individuals in the same essence. He is addressing everyone who he thinks is capable.
Okay, yeah, I was just curious if there was any unspoken nonverbal communication that we make based off of, we make eye contact to kind of like in Fazlada making the clear indication, I'll see you later kind of thing.
Mm-hmm. Aside from those missives, he gives various briefings on expected weather patterns, different hazards. He has mentioned that the local flora and fauna there's been some indication that there might be some kind of spate, possibly of rabies, some kind of magical ailment that's upsetting the critters. He has mentioned that we've seen more people meeting hostile wildlife. Which, while that does drive down on bandit appearances, he has also mentioned that some of this seems to be coming out of the Infinite Forest, and that can lead to unexpected encounters. Aside from that, the meeting closes. Various people kind of break off. You guys notice a couple of people kind of inquiring within. Most you notice kind of pack out. The hike is rough, the area is treacherous, and they don't frankly want to risk the chance of being waylaid before the major tradeways open. And we open it to the players.
All right. So we are currently in like a town hall meeting for this stuff.
Yeah, it's just ended. You guys are kind of in the town square at the moment.
All right. Well, my friends, it would appear that some wayward druid has gone and gotten themselves lost. I say we leave them to the devices and we find something else to do, because I would rather not go into a forest and get things messed up. I just got out of being locked up for quite some time, and there were better things to do.
And
I'm already walking over to the
Aubergine,
office to talk to Bazik.
Aubergine, let's Aubergine, as you address the your traveling companions and this extra person nearby, describe what you look like, Aubergine.
Aubergine is a gilded mechanical man in full dress uniform. He stands about 6'2", with arcane runes that serve no purpose other than to look nice, gilded all along his body, and wearing the finest silk, so pristine and beautiful that it hurts the eye with how gorgeous this mechanical man looks. He is a being out of the ages of long past. Stuff you would never see in present day because they just built them better back then.
And as he finishes his address, how do our other members begin to respond?
As I said, I'm already walking over to Bazik's like office to get full details.
Fuzzlotta, I don't have your physical description on hand. Give us a brief tantalization of the mind's eye.
Well, you see someone that's let's see here. I'm trying to open up my gear so that I can verify exactly what I have. So I have like the explorer's outfit. Do even have kind of a cloak, kind of somewhat covered a little bit. Somewhat tall, and has this special flower on their coat. It's kind of this unique black and blue and purple kind of color. She's just got this face of very focused, and she's already walked off. She's going to Bazik to get the details.
And do our other two wayward adventurers?
Zealand's gonna follow Fuzzla. Because he's gonna want to go get the details of the job, because it's just, he knows that's something they need anyway. And he looks like he's a typical tiefling, but he's got two sets of horns. So he's got curved ram horns, but then he also has another set of horns that kind of poke up underneath from those ram horns. He's lavender skinned. He has, like, his irises are completely gold. And he wears a butler's uniform, but it has like lace, so it looks like it's mixed with like a maid's or like a fancy dress. But it's clearly a butler's uniform.
So he at least dresses properly.
Yes.
That earns my respect.
And Athene, being who she is, trusts Zealand to get all the details they need while presenting the proper counter argument to Aubergine, stating, "Well, typically I would be one to agree. However, our stated purpose in coming here may very well intertwine with this situation, so I cannot see this as any good opportunity to pass up." And Athene herself, though she's not currently standing, is a rather tall Syrinx woman, which in her case, she resembles a very lanky owl person with very fine, silky feathers that have the very battered effect of a owl's, the baffling, and eyes that seem to gleam red when shadows pass over them, like two lights in the dark. She is also dressed very finely, slightly more finely than Zealand himself, though this is mostly to reflect her position over him rather than any sort of monetary issue. She dresses in very fine silks and very fine boots as well to protect her feet from the ground, though she spends most of her time floating in the air, as she is a bit better than walking around.
Well, Anthony, I understand perhaps there are things that we need to do, but do we have to do them personally? Ah,
Oh.
all right. If we do have to, then perhaps we can maybe arrange for better rewards. Because
Huh.
I lean closer. Like, is 500 gold a lot? I'm not certain. I still don't know what the currency exchange is here.
Has inflation hit?
I would say it's a fair amount for such
That was
work.
my 401k.
I'd say it's a fair amount for such work. It's less money than I am personally used to. However, it is a decent enough reward on top of our current incentive for going out in the first place. So, with the opportunity before us, who are we to say no?
Well, clearly say no, but it seems that the rest of our companions are rather eager to engage in this adventurous activity.
Yes, and besides, I have very important things to learn here. And those very important things may very well be what has delayed this druid in the first place.
We normally learn things in books and just like engaging with pleasant conversation.
Indeed, that is a very fine way to learn things, but the only way to learn brand new things no one else has is to see them for yourself.
I think that's a bit overrated, but who am I? I'm the new one here. Well, I'm technically the old one here.
Yes, I'm afraid I've spent enough of my life cooped up in libraries. I'd rather take the time to learn things firsthand.
And as we switch from our refined party members to the two representatives seeming to go into negotiations, Zillion and Fuzzlata, as you enter the first person that you meet upon entering the administrative offices of Tidford, you notice instead of Bazik's normal secretary, the person manning the desk is Giles. Fuzzlata, you know him as one of Bazik's head rangers, the forces that, while not strictly, they are adventurers who seem to have strategically placed anchorage in Tidford. They don't directly call it home for a lot of parts, but these are people who, one way or another, their allegiances have been placed within the town. Giles more so than others. He's been here. He was a young man when he came in, and he's still young, but he's been here for probably a little over a decade since arriving, and he hasn't left, and he's stuck around more than others. You see him looking over, and Fuzzy, why don't you make a perception check for me?
That's D20 for this one, right?
Yes.
The system. 14 plus. Well, I guess. Is there anything else you add to it for perception?
Your perception
for this
skill.
one? There it is. So plus 11. So that'd be 25.
Fuzzlotta, you notice that as he is talking, just from his face, and while he's nodding his head in the front of you, can kind of tell that he, whatever it is about these two in front of you, which they, looking them over, these are travelers. These are not adventurers. Like these are people who this might be their first season actually traveling. Whilst they have the equipment and whilst they have, you know, the physical means, these are inexperienced people. The kind of people who, when they get too close to the woods, they take a wrong turn and no one ever sees again. And as he talks to them, you notice him with a little bit of sleight of hand pulling a different dossier than the main stack, and he hands it to them, and he says, the information for your quest is in here. Just follow it to the T, come back, we'll give you your reward. And as you walk up, you kind of overhear them saying, oh, I thought we were looking for a druid. This just says we're getting eggs. And Giles, upon seeing Fuzzlotta, he's like, okay. Yes, I see the kind of people that we're bringing in today. Better than the last lot. He kind of just, he feels more at ease, kind of like a soldier speaking to another soldier. So Fuzzlotta, I assume that we're not making poems today, are we, huh?
No, we need Drueg.
We do need Drueg.
We both know him, and we think we both know that if Bizak is asking us to find him, this is serious.
And he kind of gestures to the man standing next to you. And this guy, is he with you? Bit nice dressed for someone coming out here, but I've seen nobles who've kept themselves well on the roads.
Look over at Xylan, since I hadn't acknowledged you when you followed me, so it's just I look over.
Yes, we are together. And I was hoping to have more information on this missing druid.
Well, he's old. He likes bears.
The location of where he went missing. Exactly.
Well, okay, so the last time we saw him or had contact with him was when he was leaving from a drop-off. He's been getting supplies ready, particularly quite a few healing potions, just to keep people who party a little too hard from walking away with broken bones. About last time we saw him was when he left the gate. We assume he went back to his cottage. We have not made the trek out there, as we have had all hands preparing for the other necessities for the solstice to go over. And that, I would say, is your best bet to try and find him.
So no reconnaissance has been done at all.
Not yet.
Just, how many days has it been since he's been gone?
It's been 4 days since we last saw him. We were expecting him 2 days ago. Usually we like to give an old man a little bit of leeway. It's not like him to... I mean, who hasn't had some mushrooms and decided to futz about in the infinite forest? But this seems a little weird. He doesn't miss deadlines. And he usually likes to make sure that other people are ready for the big party, as The man likes to party. But yeah, we think that you should start at his house. See if he ever made it home. It would have been well over a week of him being absent by now if he hasn't. Just anything.
All right, so he left the gate and he went in the direction of his cottage.
Eastward towards his cottage. He probably took the northeast
left-
pass.
So did he leave the well, I'm guessing he left the actual appropriate gate and not a weird gate. And then
Yes, yeah. The guards saw him off. He was delivering.
It was a normal departure, but never checked in.
Yeah, he was delivering, and Giles flips through a leaflet. Okay. 3 crates of healing potions, 2 bushels of fun mushrooms. Don't know what that means. 5.5 pounds of pesh. Let's see here. 3 barrels worth of keef, and also okay, here it is. He brought in a bunch of ingredients so that way Sindri can start making some ale for the events. And Fazlata, you know that Sindri is a local. You wouldn't say that he's a cartel dwarf of sorts, but this man has the corner on every alehouse within Tidford, and there's been rumors that Sindri is looking to expand. He recently acquired an inn that he has been owning and operating, taking in wayward travelers, but also folks who've been displaced. Kind of, a lot of people look at it as trying, not public relations of sorts, because Sindri at his heart is definitely a very good man, but he's also a very intelligent business dwarf. He's getting his name out there because within this inn, he also has it stocked solely with his own product. And while some might question this, because he keeps it open to everyone, those who have gone, it is a very fine establishment, and people cannot fathom what ways he is what he's planning to do, because it's definitely not making him money as it's being run. But that's the information that they currently have on Druig and his last whereabouts. And Giles,
Right.
You see him picking up the main stack dossier. He's like, "Yep, 250 if you figure out what happened to him, but can't find him. 500 if you find him. Ideally alive. And if not alive, we would like you to bring his remains whole. In fact."
Hear me out, though. Hear me out. Some of our current associates are less inclined to bring him alive, but if we were to sweeten the
We'll bring
deal
him
a bit
alive.
more, bring
Well,
him alive.
I certainly hope that you're not going to murder
him alive.
Druig, as
Bring him
that would be a horrible loss. I can't
only
pay
saying
you
sweeten-
not to kill him. I think that's extortionism, but that's a question for the sheriff and not for me. My method of handling that is usually
I'm more saying perhaps
We'll do what we can to
We-
bring him alive. And we'll bring any evidence that we can if we need to. If it turns out things have gone south. We'll do what we can.
and he hands you guys the dossier. He's like, "Very good. We'll be looking forward to hearing from you." And with that, you Fuzzlata and Zillion, you walk back out to the town hall to meet back up with the rest of the group.
it's Zealand.
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 Yes.
Zealand. We can't spell things phonetically. It's it's the nerd
does
curse.
indeed follow with Zealand back, because knowing it, she knows that, hey, there's some people who actually want to help.
So the proper way to make a peach cobbler is you really have to focus on like finding the peaches that are properly in season.
Well, it sounds like we're
Oh,
going to the druid's house first, and Fazlada's leading the way.
oh, you're back. Oh, what did you discover?
He left from
We-
the north. We have to go to the northeast path to find Druig's cottage.
And in that dossier, there's a map. Does anyone have? You know what? I'll have survival checks or knowledge. Oh, which knowledge do I want?
Nature.
I thought there was one for like geography.
There is knowledge geography.
Yeah. Either knowledge geography or survival checks.
I guess I'll just do a survival check. I feel like that I would have something for that, but nat 20
All right.
with a +6 survival, so 26.
Okay. So Fuzzlada, as you are very well versed in the area, in fact, you have as several people who have lived near magical anomalies such as the Infinite Forest, you've kind of learned how to navigate it almost as well as normal life. The principle of
I guess here's the other question. Have I gone to his cottage before?
you have, if you under normal circumstances, it is a 4-day trek. And it is a rough hike.
Wait a minute. It's a 4-day trek, but they expected him back in 2?
I feel like I've missed math.
No.
We'll say he's been missing for a week.
Okay. yeah. Well, let's
Look,
fix
I've
that
got
part.
numbers.
Just be on the
I've
way
got
here.
numbers. Sometimes they mean things, sometimes they don't.
Unfortunately, you have the person who's thinking with the numbers and going, okay, how long has it been?
We'll say he's a week out. A week. It's been a week and now they're worried.
yeah.
But you actually know a shortcut that goes through the Infinite Forest.
And what's the risk level of going through it?
A bit riskier as you start walking the lines of what's the prime material plane and what's the Infinite Forest. Most of the time when you travel by yourself, it's not too bad of an issue. You have definitely had encounters where you've seen the various megafauna, the odd nature spirits, and some uncomfortably close brush-ins with the other wildlife that anomalies like this attract, including at one point in time you remember finding a young green dragon that you had to traipse about, that story having earned you more than one free drink at the end.
Okay. So, looking at the map here and getting to the cottage, we have some choices here of how we go to his cottage. I do know a route we could take, however, they're not necessarily the safest route, but it is faster. Or we could take
Good.
a little bit more time and go for a safer route. I can
You
lead
all-
the group for either one.
You all want him here for this festival, right?
But he's needed.
Well, how long do we have till the festival?
You have about 2 weeks.
All right.
We've-
And how long does it usually take to do his preparations? Is it something he can do quickly?
Would Fuzzlada know this?
I mean, I've been to the
You
solstice
have.
several times.
You have, but
eventually know
have you
this.
ever God, I really wish you had a knowledge skill here that we could work with. Roll
what
a
about my
D.
intelligence?
Roll a
skill?
D20 plus your intellect.
All right.
You can always just get it wrong.
That's 10 plus 2. That's 12.
You guys should probably get him quick. You can't be quick brewing all this shit.
So basically, it's he might not make his deadline in time.
Yeah,
if does
he
the
might
super
not,
route.
and that throws wrenches in for everything else. As
Okay.
it having the nature portion of the festival is fairly involved, and he not only works with nature magics, he also works with stocking and supplying the town with various critical ingredients.
All right, well, I guess we're going to be going the quick way.
I suppose that would be the most efficient.
Does anyone need to pick up any supplies?
No.
I know
Anyone
you all
else?
like eating things, so do you have enough food?
We do.
Well, then I'd say we have what we need.
All right. And you guys start packing out, deciding to take the earliness of your adventure. You guys start your trek from the northeastern gates. The weather's quite nice, a bit colder for those who care or have skin, but it's nothing that a nice brisk hike doesn't fix quickly. Give me a group survival check. And if you guys don't have survival trained,
Can I assist in this one?
yeah, everyone's rolling. Everyone's rolling. We're just gonna.
Okay,
We're
I
for some
got
of us
19.
who can't have who don't
Also,
who, like,
So 13 plus 6. So.
Zealand and
where's the
Athene, what are you guys? Are you guys leaving your? I'm assuming you're leaving your carriage and stuff in the hands of your quartermaster and driver.
Yes, that would be probably
be
the
a
most
lot easier
logical.
than getting it to. It'd be a lot easier than getting it to a druid's house. I'll say. Really, can't imagine you get stuck in the brain. Like we do, like we get isekai, we do it. We get stuck. It gets stuck in some route 50 times, and we're like, you know what? I will leave it in town. We should have left it in town.
Well, I did not do very well. I got a 5.
Where are we rolling? In...
Wherever your heart's desire. You got roll 20. You've got the roll channel.
Well,
You've
I
got
have
real life
got-
dice.
Yeah, I
Well, I
have
was gonna
different
say-
colored dice. So if you want a different colored dice,
Uh,
let me know.
Fuzzy, do you have dice that are like this color, like purple? Like these are sparkly 2 different colored purples.
I have
This
even
one
a
has
solid purple.
that works.
All right.
That'd be close
roll
enough
this one.
because the 20 is a cat on this one.
And there's a 15.
15
So,
and
Hero
my
Lab-
survival's plus 0 because it's not tripped. So
What's up,
Hero
Keggers?
Hero Lab has a roll thing.
Yes,
for
it does.
it does, but I just wanted to I wanted to do it physically.
Where it literally wherever is easiest for you. There's plenty of options.
All right. This is a test roll to see what it would have been on that.
You know what? No, I trust. I want to use real dice because I have faith in real. I don't know. There's something about real dice where I could be like, I have faith. I
You
have
can blame-
actual faith.
You can also blame them.
You can also blame them, but I feel like the difference is with bots, I have to threaten them. I have to threaten them or be like, praise RNGesus. But like, I still have to do praise RNGesus. But like with dice, I also feel like I'm like, okay,
You can be
I'm
like, dice,
sending you good
roll well, or I'll shoot.
You know what?
really. Or I was gonna say, we'd be like, hey, dice. Do you want to watch bad horror movies on a horror movie night sometime? And I get its own little chair and I set it in, and then it rolls nat 20 from then on.
Or you just go, roll nat 20, please.
Give it its special cuck chair.
Oh my gosh, find a little tiny chair. Just put a little chair in this thing.
Let me see about. Yeah, you know what? I can do this. No, the angle's not right. Nah, it's not good.
I guess is it John's roll that we're now waiting on?
Nope, we're
Yeah.
good. I was looking at something else.
Okay.
Trying to figure out.
You have the meme of a bunch of chairs surrounded in a circle and all the dice are sitting in it, and it's like the dice council has decided your fate, and then they turn to you and they say that like you're not one for life.
No,
Nat
the,
ones.
the dice council has turned determine your fate. You see all the dice are all showing ones.
It's the Gray Council.
Okay. Fuzzlotta, you might have overestimated the nature abilities of your companions. Zealand, surprising you, as well as Athene, they're not terrible, but you can tell that they are much more comfortable navigating the developed streets of a city, something that's been touched by civilization. The routes and paths here often become tenuous at best. Sometimes, at their worst, they're actively antagonistic. What you were hoping was gonna take a day, or what you were hoping would take about a half a day's travel, takes you well into the evening. And as you guys start moving along, keeping your bearings, you kind of notice that the air doesn't quite feel right. That the greenery of the trees is just a bit too green. This flower that you've seen is one that you have never seen, and you only ever encounter that when you are much deeper into the infinite forest. As you quickly look around, you swear you should still only be on the boundaries of the infinite forest, enough to displace you from the real, but not to actually fully engorge you. And you find it odd to see just some of these telltale signs. And as you guys continue to walk and trip, you notice the shade of the woods begins to grow long. At first, concerns of how much time you've actually lost in the forest begin to arise, as such fey-like dwellings do come with time distortion and displacement. However, you notice that these shadows seem to not be coming in any correlation with the fading light. These shadows seem to be apparating. As
I guess my question is to you, how long ago did I start noticing that? Because I think at some point I would have started to try to figure out we're getting too, like seeing if I need to change our route.
this is you about the same time you noticed is also when you've noticed these shadows beginning to kind of corporealize ahead. You
So this would be a time where I would start getting a sense of bearings to see how to not get us further into the infinite forest. If
yes.
possible.
But you do have the these shadows seem not natural. I'm trying to find my damn skills table so I can ask for a roll. Because I'm trying to remember if this is... Does anyone have knowledge, religion?
I do not.
And it would show up under the skills, correct? For
Yes.
Yeah.
any knowledge? Okay, since
Yeah.
apparently I have no knowledge of anything, I guess.
And that might have been a little hidden. Because
Yeah,
I
Yeah,
know
it's
that they
hidden.
add knowledge to your list.
yeah. So no knowledge religions, any knowledge arcanas?
I have knowledge
I have,
arcana.
as do I.
All right, knowledge arcana from Zealand and Athene.
Okay.
26.
Fuzzy roll. It's plus 10 for me.
25.
All right,
Thank you.
Zealand and Athene, whilst you felt out of your element, you know undead when you see undead. You can't quite tell what is originating the necromantic rift that would be required for these to be born, but you see as the shades lengthen and linger, a shadow begins to actually manifest, growing in size until it stands about as tall as a human man. None of its features fully formed as this thing. You kind of know that their nature is to almost be parasites to their counterpart of positive energy. They suck the life force out of living things, kind of a magical decomposer of sorts, if that decomposer could formulate murder.
Athene sort of steps over to Zealand and speaks quietly. Well, it would seem like we found what we're looking for, dear partner.
So it would seem.
Though, seeing the result, it compels one to find the cause. And I'm not entirely sure where that would be. How curious.
We certainly
I
need to
guess
find
during
it.
this-
It's bad for business.
I was gonna say my character would have been starting to immediately look to see if the thing has noticed us.
Perception check.
Could I roll a knowledge of planes to see if I could know how
16
close?
plus perception, so 27.
It doesn't seem to have noticed you yet. You can tell. You can tell that this thing has influence beyond what appears to be its corporeal form, as you see a squirrel darting by suddenly just drop. You notice that all the insects that are normally teeming in the undergrowth and the trees, it's almost creating an expanding dome of unnatural silence as the smaller life is being siphoned away into the pit of negative energy that it is.
Okay, I will kind of indicate to the group it's just the has kind of the pointing to it and just like it hasn't noticed us yet kind of thing to give kind of the there's a thing there, but not
All right, I take a
hasn't
look.
attacked.
So I see this.
Yes.
Would you perhaps know a safer path to avoid this? Since
I
it
mean,
hasn't detected us yet.
Yeah, it's like that. Fuzzlotto wants to plot a path around it. Red, would that be like a?
Yep, that would be possible. It will be a stealth check to mask yourselves from its notice.
Can I assist with that? Like to try to create a path.
Yeah. You
that's
could
a little-
you can roll assistance checks. So what that is, you have to roll above. Hold on, I have my shit over here. There we go. Da, 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 da. You have to roll a 10 or higher on the check.
Okay. Cool. So I rolled an 8, but plus an 8 is 16.
Great. So that's 1 plus 1. Do it again.
Yeah. Oh, that's a 2 plus an 8 is a 10 exactly.
Okay, that meets it, beats it. So that's 2. Roll again.
So it's anything not a 1.
Not a 1.
26.
All right. So if you guys do decide to just use your normal stealth rolls when you make those checks, you get a +2 to your stealth roll thanks to the efforts of Fuzzlotta guiding you from kind of being noticed by this shade.
Good, because I have a -2.
So do we want to? Are we trying to stealth by it?
Honestly, I feel like it's not noticed. It's still not noticed us, right?
It has not noticed you guys yet. You are currently deciding what you want to do. If you choose to take stealth, you have bonuses to that thanks to Fuzzlotta's efforts.
Hear me out. Could I send my teapot over and cast and have it do touch of combustion?
You could. I assume you can cast through your familiar.
Yes.
Your teapot needs to stealth. Fuzzlotta, are you going to help this as Zealand pops out a teapot?
Wait, what are you doing?
Help.
I'm gonna just you pop out the teapot and I'm just staring at you, trying to understand. Like I'm staring directly at you, kind of with the face that screams, "What's your plan?" Like, why tea?
It's my familiar. It can help deliver spells. It should be weak to. It's undead. So, considering undead are weak to things naturally of light, it's also weak to fire.
Does Fuzzlotta know enough about the Infinite Woods to know that the rules could be different?
Fuzzlotta would know, but also Fuzzlotta.
Because I would be a little concerned if it's since it's like the. I don't know if it is.
Are you meaning to engage in combat with this creature?
We can't necessarily leave it alive. It'll prove trouble for us later. If it's with our enemies, it will alert them to our presence eventually.
I don't think it's alive per se, but you do prove it. You have a point. If that's the case, then
Um,
and I transform my hand and replace it with my gun. Then let us simply spread out and dispatch this foul creature.
and to answer Fuzzlotta's question, things can be tinged by the potent nature magic here. Those things, the way they manifest are much. You would be more comfortable with something that had manifested like that. Like you would have pegged that. This seems more the natural occurrence of it.
Okay, so it's more of the when Xylan gives the hey, this is what we can do to counter undead. It seems reasonable, not the like concern that we might not be playing with the undead.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. All right.
Because Zealand and Ethne did both roll their things, so you do get access to the handy dandy bestiary page. I'm going to link that.
Bestiary.
Here is a standard shadow, and I put it in the chat page. It is a standard shadow, and it has these stats.
Okay. It's murder it did. That's me saying that, not my character saying that. Ready to fight. But yes, his teapot is it's white and it's got like a purple demonic looking sort of like it looks like fine china if you look at it, but it doesn't. It's instead of like the white and blue porcelain, it's white and purple. As he like runs a hand through his long black hair like like in a loose ponytail, being stylish about it, and like, let's get this show on the road.
Yep, I
So
am just looking up the information.
Yeah, okay, I was gonna ask if my familiar needs to roll a stealth roll.
Yes.
I'll let Fuzzy roll for it. It's a
If,
+10.
Oh yeah. Foxlada will assist. 26. You said +10?
Yes.
Okay, then 26.
My teapot can just wee.
It's a little tiny teapot. I feel like it being small teapot would also assist.
Mhm.
I've lost my damn page. All right. Sorry, you rolled to assist the teapot?
Oh yeah.
All right, teapot,
26.
roll stealth.
It did. It was 26.
Okay. Cade, what's the teapot's stat block? Or stat types? What creature type is it?
I'm set it to be a butterfly, basically.
But like, I'm assuming is it an animate object? Is it?
It's
It's an
a
animated object.
yeah, it's an
Okay.
anime object.
As your teapot begins to approach, and it gets about halfway to the shade, which is standing roughly, it's about 40-ish feet away from you guys. And as your teapot crunkles along the ground, a slight clatter as raining bugs from this creature's aura of unnatural silence rain down and tink off the pot, and its porcelain ring, like silver bells, offends the shadow, and you hear its neck snap unnaturally loud, like a branch being broken in a storm, as it looks in your guys' direction. It has noticed the teapot, and as it crawls unnaturally fast and clearly in a way not natural to itself, as if, despite the fact that it's manifested as a humanoid, this doesn't seem like its natural configuration. You watch it drop, using hands to propel itself forward, tumbling over itself. It's investigating the teapot, as it does not seem to have identified whether this is food yet. And I actually need to check some of your things, because I know you guys are immune to some things. I have to look at what construction traits are weak. Okay, cool. it begins smelling and like trying to figure out what this strange thing is. I need some
During
stealth.
this- Yes, because during this time I might be getting my crossbow ready and still trying to be in a
I was
stealthy
gonna say,
position.
I'm a 7-layer dip of offended by the fact that dead bugs rained upon it, and now it's just rubbing its nose all over my precious teapot.
Can I get some
I-
fresh stealth checks from people who are wanting to continue stealth, as it hasn't noticed you, but it is on alert now.
I will ask you this. You said it was smelling.
It appears to be smelling. You can't quite tell if it actually smells, if this is some sort of magical creature just emulating itself trying to perceive things. But currently what it looks like right now is it is on all fours sniffing the teapot.
Because I am a non-living object.
Correct.
So my stealth, I rolled a 4 plus 8 is 12.
Okay.
I have a question as well.
But I will make my stealth check.
Is
Question
it
for John.
nighttime? It is at nighttime right now.
It is dusk. It is growing into nightness.
Okay. Would that be enough dark for it to count for my nocturnal trait?
What is that?
I get a +2 bonus to perception and stealth checks at night.
Yeah. I'd say it's close enough.
Fuzzy, roll for me, please.
Yeah. Also, Red, I just totally noticed during all those survival checks that I was doing,
Yeah.
I had a +4 to survival when navigating under clear skies. I had a +10 to the survival rolls.
Well, I rolled
Alright,
a
so now
5
that's
plus whatever
17.
bonus.
Yeah, 17 outright because I don't have
Any
else.
bonuses? Wow.
Yeah.
I rolled
Good
a
thing I rolled here
4.
17.
He's fabulous. That's why I was like, please do.
And as the shadow, whilst messing about with the teapot, you notice its head kind of snap up, and Fuzzlotta and Athene, it simultaneously seems to be staring into each of your souls.
Well. that's something less
And
than
we're
we
gonna
do.
roll initiative. And since this is just a singular creature that we are fighting, we are not going to worry about a tabletop yet. We're going to save that
Initiative
for
is D20, correct?
yes.
Alright, so
And
I'll just
for you guys, it's if you look underneath your health points, that tells you how much you add to your initiative.
Mine's +7.
Well, then you're at 21.
21. We have a thing where we all just be like 21.
I am
This is-
12. I rolled a 12. 7 plus 5, 12.
I have rolled a 17 for
Okay.
initiative.
I have a +2 from Gunslinger Initiative, so my initiative total is +7, and let's see what we get. 20.
All right, 1 second.
I just noticed mine has an asterisk next to my initiative number.
You probably have different things that give you benefits for it.
Oh, it just so it. I guess I'll just add the number
Like,
and not care about the asterisk.
Yeah. Okay, so who rolled the highest?
Yes. I got 21.
All right. Next up, I believe, was Eggplant. Aubergine.
Yes, 20.
Next after that. Was that John 17?
Yes.
I believe so. What did you get?
12. I'm low. I'm last.
So yeah, that'd be my 17.
Actually, Fuzzy, you're second to last, because the Shadow rolled an 11.
Oh boy, he's just barely beat it.
The shadow knows.
And Zealand, as the shadow clearly now has aggression in its immediate future, what do you do?
Let's see here. I could. It's still holding the teapot, isn't it?
It's snorfulating the teapot. It's
I
not
know,
grappled it.
I'm 6 layer. I'm a 7-layer Mexican dip of offended by it and disgusted and revolted and just be like, okay, you didn't have to sniff it, but since you are, uh, I'm going to cast Touch of Combustion through it.
Okay.
Let's see here. Well, okay. So it's like a melee touch attack. I'm trying to look to see which would that be. Trying to look. It's been a minute since I've looked at Hero Lab to see where to roll for that.
I know it's versus its touch AC. I believe it's 1d20 plus your.
Just my regular melee attack bonus.
Hold on, I'm figuring it out.
I noticed that it actually. No, no, right. I'm just seeing the
Yeah, I think it's 1d20 plus your attack bonus. So it's your strength bonus.
Oh, fun. Okay, Fussy, roll for me, please.
1d20.
Please.
Go. There's a 15.
Okay, because it's a flat out 15.
Yeah, I rolled a 15, so
Um,
you I don't know what else you add to it.
I have no strength.
Oh, okay.
Fortunately, that is its touch AC.
What's the next dice?
It needs. Okay, the next is dealing 1d6 points of fire damage, but it needs to make a saving throw. It has to make a reflex save. If it succeeds, it takes 1d4 instead of 1d6.
And what is the beating?
To be a 16.
It rolled a 20.
So 1d4
So 1d4.
instead. Hey, I rolled that 4.
Yeah,
Ah.
I'll
Also-
take it. I'll take the highest.
I'll be right back. I need a drink.
All right. Okay, so
we're back. Oh, I gotta love summer. Oh, thank you for the hydrate.
Yeah.
I think I will.
I was sitting there, I was like, he's getting a drink, so I was just like, I need to do a hydrate as soon as he's back.
Okay. So, Zealand, you explode and grab the shadow for 4 damage, you said?
Yes.
The fire as your ethereal hand reaches through your teacup shocks the shadow. Its head shaking, the embers grasping at the unreal. It looks up, and let me decide. It looks up and it sees Fuzzlotta and I believe. What did John roll for his stealth check?
5 plus whatever bonus Fuzzlotta gave.
Okay, so it sees Fuzzlotta and Athene.
Damn, my 12 did not do well enough on that.
But it is not its turn. Eggplant.
All right, so I am going to be doing an Olympic level somersault attempt to go and flip over it and shoot on my way down. So I'm going to make an acrobatics roll.
All right, and it
For my
is 20 feet away still.
Yeah.
So where do you want to land around it?
Gonna try and run, flip over behind him.
Like directly behind him?
Yep.
Okay. And are you using any class feature or just using your straight acrobatics check first?
Acrobatics check.
All right, go ahead and roll that acrobatics check.
All right. I'm rolling poorly. So, Fuzzy, can you roll the d20 for me?
Which dice do you want? Since I'm gonna I have a black with pink, a gold with blue, a black and red, and
Gold and blue.
sorry, oh, gold and blue. All right. That's an 18.
Okay, plus 8, so 26.
All right, yep, you more than negate its attack of opportunity. Roll your attack roll.
Plus 6.
Oh, right. I need to roll for you.
So that is a 15 to hit.
That
Well, I rolled
hits.
19.
Oh, I rolled that one myself.
Oh, you did? Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Oh,
So-
it's
What are
already
you rolling, by the way, Keckers?
I am rolling on Hero Lab.
All right, I want your damn. Do I need to click start session to get my?
I think so.
Because it'd be nice if it was giving me the dice history. Keckers, will you do another roll for me?
Sure.
Just anything. I just want to see if it's gonna.
I'll make another attack roll. Oh, so I'm actually.
There we go. Okay.
That one's. Yeah.
Okay. So yeah, I can see that. Either way, 15 does hit.
Here's damage.
And rolling it in the Hero Lab as well.
Yeah. Let me go back. Oh, 11.
And Aubergine, as you land perfectly in your arc, question, is your gun magic by chance?
It's a coil gun, so it's energy.
Technology.
Oh, that's a good question. Would that overcome this? Hold on, let me look at your sheet and find out. As Aubergine, with his strange device attached to his arm, begins to charge and rips out a bolt of energy. Coil gun, coil gun, coil gun. Where the damn is it?
Oh, okay. They're rail guns. It
Kind
throws
of.
iron projectiles through electricity.
Yes, I'm trying to
Oh,
see
no.
if that negates certain things.
Gotcha.
No, they do not. Awesome.
Gotcha.
What you know for a fact would have been a devastating blow as the head of the shade fully decorporates, and you think for a brief moment that this fight is over. You watch as its head sloths back, somehow taking on a gory nature to the darkness that creates its body. The shade does not seem to even acknowledge your existence. Athene,
Well, screw you
Well-
too, pal.
How far away is the shadow from us currently?
20 feet.
Okay. So Athene is going to use her standard action and spend 2 arcane points from a reservoir to cast Summon Monster 2
Okay, and what are you summoning?
and a small positive energy elemental right in front of its face. So Athene performs some arcane symbols and gestures with her hands, and a bolt of sort of pinkish golden light shoots out from between her palms and lands in front of the shadow before popping out into this sort of 2-foot diameter ball of the same light. And then she's going to use her move action to fly 60 feet straight up.
All right. That lets you cast this as a standard action, right?
Yeah, she can cast it as a standard action, and the summon creature remains for a minute per level instead of 1 round per level.
Okay. Let me see. 'Cause it has a positive energy aura. That aura, does it?
The aura only affects like positive energy spells and abilities that are used in it.
Okay, so it doesn't actually like function as it channeling.
No.
All right.
It just-
And summons go on the same turn as the caster, so
Yep, it's going to perform a slam attack.
all right.
Okay. 21 to hit.
That hits.
All right, and it will deal 3 damage, one of which is positive energy.
All right, and you watch as its fist goes through the shadow, but it seems to have singed it a little bit. Not enough to fully take it down, but that its focus has now swapped off of Fuzzlotta and Athene and seems to be fully onto the shadow. Fuzzy, it is your turn. Onto the elemental.
Okay. I guess my question is, since after watching Aubergine's attack hit, does Fuzzlotta think her crossbow will do anything?
It's crossbow magic?
No.
Roll me a quick d20 and add your intellect score.
6?
No.
Total?
No.
On your
Bad
Total
roll.
or stuff? Okay.
That's total.
Um,
I guess.
Hey,
Maybe.
so Fuzzlotta, Unfortunately, your companions never actually told you
What it
what a
is.
shadow is. Only that it can be killed. And you kind of assume maybe Aubergine missed. Somehow. It's magic. That makes sense. It can move weird.
He missed. Its head exploded and then reformed. He missed.
Maybe.
Still alive.
Maybe your
Rationalizing
crossbow
it.
will work. Who knows? You've never seen whatever it is that Aubergine just used. It kind of looks like he shot lightning out of his hand. And you're not really sure why that didn't work.
It's all right. The shadow just plays Dark Souls. It poised out of it.
So one thing I'm kind of one of the things is like the whole like sniping stuff. So I realized I don't see that initially. on this
Here, I'll help you out.
report. Yeah, because it's like I'm just like
under skills. Which also note for you, it does know that you're there. It has seen you.
right, but there's the whole after you shoot trying to go back into a stealth kind of position.
Yes.
That's the aspect I'm really thinking about is afterwards.
I will say, unless you have something different, its focus is not on you right now.
Okay.
That could help you. Normally, in order for sniping to work, you have to have succeeded your stealth first.
Yeah.
But it normally, once something has noticed you, it's harder to re-hide again without certain features. However, this guy just got hit with the think fast chuckle nuts, and now there's an anti-it in front of it.
Yeah. Well, obviously, gonna shoot the crossbow because Fazlada would do that.
Yep.
All right, that's 12 plus 7, so 19.
Okay. And as you fire your arrow, your bolt, sorry. Just making sure. Yep. Your bolt seems to hit it, sink into the shadowy flesh of it, and then it just kind of worms its way down, dropping straight out. As the shadow does not seem particularly bothered by what you've just done. And it is now the shadow's turn. And it's... How close are people standing together, by the way? I assume kind of in a line?
Athene is 60 feet in the air.
Well, Athene is 60 feet in the air, but like in terms of 5-foot squares. Also, I don't know why my sound alerts aren't alerting. We'll work on that later.
Figure that out later. I mean, I guess Fazlada has not moved.
I'm behind it.
Yeah.
Is Zealand standing directly next to Fazlada? Or would Zealand be like behind?
Cup, I have a feeling when assisting with the cup, that probably had us close together.
Yeah,
So,
but
unless you moved after the
I
cup.
have not moved.
Okay, so you're side by side. It hasn't noticed Zealand yet. It has. Oh wait, no, never mind. It's not noticed anyone right now because it has a more pressing problem in front of it.
Blind.
Yeah, it's got something in its face.
And it is gonna try and take care of that as it swings its limbs, trying to slice at the positive energy elemental. Where did that stat go?
Like, it's gonna just be like, and its name was John Shadow, and then slam down, shattering my teapot, and for exploding its face in the first place. And I've been like, damn, why? It's time. It didn't even hit you the second time yet. God.
John, what's the touch AC for your elemental?
Positive energy elemental's touch AC is 15.
It swings and doesn't it staggers as it gets close, almost as if it doesn't want to burn itself on an oven. And on that note, that is its turn. Zealand.
Okay, so there's nothing necessarily between me and it per se right now, right?
It's still 20 feet away. There is a blob of positive energy.
Alright. I can't decide. You know, I'll do this instead. I will go. Okay, I'm gonna move close to it to get within a range of 15 feet.
Okay.
If I cast Burning Hands, it's not gonna hit. I'm gonna make sure it does not hit anybody.
Impossible because it has a positive energy elemental in front of it and an eggplant behind it.
Okay, plan B then. I'm going to cast. This is going to be an interesting spell because I've never used a spell before, so it's going to be well, fuck. It's 1 out of 10. Why not? I'm going to cast Mad Fire. I'm going to have to roll okay, I think it has to do a reflex save. Let me see.
You have the spell because it is not in my. Oh wait, hold on. Maybe I can pull up your sheet and get it. All right, so
Okay, so no, it just straight up hits it.
yeah, so it gets a reflex saving throw.
Okay, it does get a reflex saving throw.
And what is your save throw?
Be 17.
It does not do that. So what happens?
Okay, Fuzzy, I'm gonna need you to roll. Let's see, these flash charges are actually doing 1d4 plus 1 frame. I roll a 1d4. It's gonna be 1d4 plus 1, and then we have to roll a d10.
Okay, so the D4, I rolled a 2, so that's a 3 for the final result, and then the D10, that's a 9.
Terrible white fire of heaven, positive energy damage. So it's gonna be a white inferno.
As this inferno pops into existence and seems to siphon off from that positive energy elemental. How much damage was
3.
that?
It's 3 damage because it was 1d4 plus 1, and then rolled a 3.
Takes 6 points of damage as the undead creature's necromantic aura is violently perturbed by this spell. It is definitely noticed you now as it seems to be aware of its surroundings. Zealand, Aubergine, you're up next.
All right, so I am not one accustomed to being ignored, and I am taking great offense with that. You see me raise my my coil gun, twist it, and it starts charging up. You see gleaming light sparkle around it as I am using my Divine Vengeance feature and channeling energy into it.
Oh,
Now
okay.
magically charged.
Let's pull up. I want to read the. Let me see his sheet. This sounds cool. I want to look at it. Okay, so this is as part of your which feature? Where does this feature come from?
It
You
is
said
under special abilities. That was coming from that was one of the things which came from just base character creation. It was in special abilities from race, I believe.
yes, because you took you took the divine mark variant, so you are basically a holy relic. And that gives you. I'm just looking at what it does specifically. Because you said this is divine vengeance.
Yes. Now it does bonus damage to chaotic aligned enemies, but the magic regardless is the damage regardless is
Yep,
magic.
yep.
Type.
You have turned this into a magical weapon.
I have a question.
Those are
It does
chaotic,
not
by the way.
say what type of action this is.
I'm gonna, for the time being, say swift.
All right. Well, then I am going to bam.
All right, roll your attack roll.
Fuzzy, can you do me?
Do him, Fuzzy.
That's an 18.
By the way, you said this does
Alright.
extra damage towards chaos, right?
Yes.
Awesome.
+2 damage to chaos.
Now I will
Okay.
say,
Yeah.
no, because that's it. Because I was reading it. It has a thing for if you have a channel ability, but this what you're doing is entirely separate. So yeah, no, you're good to go.
Yeah, because it says you can channel if you have ability. Yeah, so you create a surge of divine power.
How long does that last?
I don't know.
For eternity.
Forever.
We'll figure that out a little later. For the time being, I'll just go with precedent, and we'll say it lasts, since this comes from your character himself, it lasts 1 round per character level.
Sure.
That's fair.
So for this instance, it would last 3 rounds.
All right. Oh, if I don't roll the attack, I can't roll the damage, obviously. Okay. So, Fuzzy, you roll the damage for me then.
What dice?
2d6 plus 2.
Let's get 2 T6s here. Well, 1 plus 5 is 6, and then plus 2 is 8.
Oh, 8.
All right, Aubergine, as you decide to kick it into high gear, your arm charges with this strange energy that seems to emanate from the core of your being. And as you poke your arm into this shadow reacts as it very clearly physically feels this. It's like, as it turns slowly toward its head, rotating off of its axis towards you. How do you kill it?
When someone of high status tries to get your attention, you give it.
And with that, it explodes into shade stuff. The area coated in its ectoplasmic darkness, the shade has been defeated. You notice as the ectoplasm fades away, some of the contents of what it had eaten are still around. And you guys find a rather large onyx that you guys kind of assume is roughly worth about 100 gold pieces. And you also find 2 vials of unknown liquids.
Oh, that was a rather nasty situation there. Is everyone all right?
I'm fine.
Anthony flaps back down. Well, unpleasant at best, but it worked out.
I guess Fazlada's trying to now look around to see if there's any evidence of if Druid has like if there's any evidence of Druid in this area or from the creature.
Yep.
Right, we should look up.
What?
Roll which one?
Cade was saying something.
I was gonna say we should look for like footprints of where he may have gone, or like.
Well,
any
you're
sign
not
of-
near Druig's house yet.
Okay, right.
And that's why I'm just seeing if this thing has any evidence of like.
Roll
Okay,
a
yeah.
perception check.
Well, at least I have a plus 11 because that's a 13 in total.
I'll
You
say, this is why I do not like the forest.
you don't see any clear signs of anyone else. This apparition is strange. You normally magical manifestations like this happen much deeper into the forest than just what you kind of thought was a cursory look. Do me a favor, roll a quick survival check.
Are the skies clear?
Yes, they are actually.
So I get an extra plus 4 on this. Good thing too, because that makes it a 13 for my roll of 3.
You and the DC I'll say is a little bit lower for you because you're native here. You are not deep enough into the woods for weird stuff to be happening. You were prepared for a bear, maybe a magical bear. You are not expecting full magical apparitions to not only form this shallow into the woods, but to also form this kind of rapidly. That's the various magical creatures normally, when left unchecked, depending on the kinds, Bazik tries to maintain a perimeter to keep these things from eventually becoming problems. Everyone's heard tale of a town that's become a dragon's lair because someone didn't check a cave when they saw something that they should have checked. Everyone's heard of a town taken over by a mad scientist because the sewers weren't well enough taken care of. And Bazik tries to ensure that that won't be the fate of Tidford. But something like this, especially something that has clearly fed on humans before, thanks to as you can tell from the rather finely cut gem in these 2 mystery vials. You notice that these vials are not Drueg's signature healing potions. These are clearly some alchemist made it. You don't know what they are for. One of them has a shield as well as a strange sigil on it. The other one has a potion. It has a picture of a humanoid flexing quite largely.
I guess since
Sorry,
you
what
mentioned
is
since Bazik has things like to try to keep some of this in check, would there be any outposts that could potentially be on the route to Druid that we might need to consider giving a warning to by having a little stop at?
You know that there is an outpost not too far away. Once you get to Druid's cottage, you can take a southern pass that is a bit less treacherous than the one directly from town, and it takes you to an outpost that is at the basin of the mountain.
So there's no outpost on our way to Druid's.
No. Where the shortcut that you're taking, you know that this is, and thanks to Druig being right in the crev of the Infinite Forest, this is, when you pop out, you're gonna be on his front lawn.
Okay. Well, if we pop out now.
I'm appraising this gem, by the way.
It is open to whomever, and whoever wants to also, if someone wants to identify the potions. For the yes.
I was gonna say, what are we rolling for identifying the potions?
I believe that is Arcana check.
Okay.
Need me to roll for you?
Yes, please.
And it's an appraisal roll for the actual praise.
Yeah.
I love how so far when I roll for other people, the rolls are so much fucking better. That's a base 19 for you, Small.
And plus 10, so that's a 29.
15 on the appraisal.
Sorry. Wrong pipe. This is why I shouldn't drink while I'm doing things.
Sometimes our brain just breaks while we drink.
This onyx is worth about 100 gold pieces. The potions, the first one is a potion of protection from chaos. The second one is a potion of enlarged person.
We can divide them up later.
Yep.
All right.
I informed the group the fact of it seems that the boundaries of the Infinite Forest is expanding.
Oh.
Basically, this creature should not have been here. We're still within the areas that should not be this far into the Infinite Forest. This is not normal.
And then the other potion was again.
Potion of enlarged person and a potion of protection from chaos. Sorry, Aubergine.
I should think a creature like that shouldn't be anywhere.
It shouldn't be anywhere, but if some things come from the Infinite Forest that shouldn't be around, but the Infinite Forest shouldn't be out to here.
And as you guys have survived this encounter, and as it seems to be a bit later into the evening, you make the decision to spend the last of the light that you have to trek to a farther edge out of the Infinite Forest. And after you walk with the sun setting behind you, you come out into Fuzzlada. You recognize this place. A little over halfway's journey to Druig. So you've saved what would have been 2 days travel still with this shortcut, even though you didn't quite make it to your destination. All things considered, not being harmed by this creature was possibly one of the better results. And as you all set up for rest, you only need to appoint one person to watch tonight, if you want to.
I'll take watch.
And
just go.
I will state this: I do not require rest in the same way you all do.
all right. Is Aubergine offering to also assist with the watch?
I don't sleep. I'm going to be up anyway.
So yeah. So then I would suppose yes.
Then
Something interesting happens.
let me get a perception check from both Fuzzlada and Aubergine.
There's my good roll. Finally, 28.
What's the roll?
Perception.
Roll a
to see
d20
with
for
your
me.
eyes.
All right, let's see
Add a
how
6.
this goes. That's a 9.
All right. So 15.
All right. You, thanks to your astute vigilance and Aubergine's assistance periodically, the night goes by without any issue. You hear mostly normal sounds. There was a brief moment in the evening when you heard the large rumblings of what could only be megafauna traipsing about somewhere in the forest out of view. But thankfully, it does not deem your small camp worthy of its attention, and it wanders off. As you guys awaken to the bright morning of another clear day, still about half a short journey through the infinite forest, and a rather long 2-day journey otherwise.
I guess I should plot the course again.
Yep. Roll us another survival check.
And that's still day clear skies?
Yep, still clear skies.
Oh,
So should I count it as a night's rest?
28.
Yeah, that was a full rest for everybody, so reset your spells. All your other good things. Fuzzlotta, you having got your bearings and just chalking it up to traversing with a group of new people, today you navigate the infinite forest, and it seems to behave the way you would have expected it. Whilst odd and unique in its own ways, the travel is rather unremarkable, even pleasant at times, as some of the trees and fauna that you see tantalize the eyes, and they are unnaturally verdant. The infinite forest, you understand why people would risk trying to traverse this, and why people would risk trying to map this, as its wonder is beyond imagination, as you're not even a toad's depth in to what this magical phenomena can offer. But you have other jobs to do as you exit the woods, and a short walk later, you find yourself in a glade. The grass is the softest grass that you have ever touched. Mushrooms decorate the area. The oak trees, despite being fully wild and growing freely, they almost seem as if they're shaped to be even more pleasant to look at, more round. And you notice the small hut that is Druig's abode, built into the side of a hill, almost as if the earth itself had carved itself to allow this man's home to be placed here. You don't notice anything out of average. Everything looks to be fine. The premise doesn't seem untouched or unkempt or uncared for, but you don't see any signs of Druid. You don't see the normal morning rituals that the man has become well known for. His daytime nude yoga, his daytime nude mushroom trips, his daytime nude day drinking, and of course his daytime nude communing with the bears.
Does he hug them?
Oh, absolutely. Druid is a hugger. And unfortunately, while he is not nude all the time, the few times that he has been nude has left a mark on people.
Positive or negative?
Depends on the person.
He's probably even changed some people. Either some were like, suddenly I like this, and suddenly I'm not into this.
As you guys approach Druig's home and abode, what do you guys do?
I mean, I'm gonna start looking for any signs of activity, and more importantly, how old that activity may appear.
Roll a perception check.
Um, could I roll a knowledge arcana to see if it's been if like any of the, I guess what we encountered before, like the shadow and stuff, any of that energy has affected this place?
Sure. Go ahead and roll your Arcana check.
I rolled
Could
a
you roll a
25.
purple?
And that was a perception to kind of see if there's been any activity. Small roll your check. Is anyone else wanting to do anything that we can get the rolls done for?
Could Fuzzy roll the purple die,
Oh, yes, sorry.
please?
Ooh, that's a 5.
But it's plus 10, so 15.
Okay. Fuzzlotta, we'll start with you. You, after a kind of cursory checking, you find that his front door is not secured, even slightly ajar. You push it open, and as unfortunately expected, there is no one home. Before you explore his house, you check the areas around. He has a small distilling area where he has various things growing, various things fermenting and brewing. The smells of pungent herbs and oils filling your nose as you know that these are some of Druid's more infamous brews. While nothing outwardly illegal, these are all things cultivated by a master of nature, and these are all things that have been equally imbued with healing magic that the Druid's many wild claims are often backed up by enough people that people have just accepted his oddities and accepted that this is the way that he does things. You notice one of the brews has been left out and uncorked, functionally wasting that entire batch. And you know it would take at least 2 days exposure to have tainted the primordial soup of where it was. Everything else seems to be in place, almost oddly, like everything seems very neat, very in order. You would believe he just stepped out, except for the fact that clearly this man who's very passionate about what he does has let the spoilage of his wares go awry.
Yeah, I think for I guess follow up, I would be, well, first you'll have smallest thing, but I was gonna say the follow up would be Fuzzlotta would start looking around the location of that spoilage to see if there's any signs of where he maybe went to, like why he would leave that particular, like where his tracks would go, kind of thing.
Yep.
Track from
And
there.
Zealand, as you are performing various rituals, trying to pick up any latent energies that might have been left over, particularly necromantic in origin, you don't find really anything, which actually does surprise you, because you would at least expect to have found at minimum some form of nature magic, maybe a slight positive energy aura for the amount of life that is in all of the trees and foliage here. But this place feels oddly normal, and that it's creating a sensation that it's almost like your mind doesn't know how to process what exactly you're picking up, but it's not anything that you recognize. And it's so subtle that it almost, if you wouldn't have been expecting to find something, it wouldn't have even crossed your mind to think that it's odd, but the absence is what's sticking to you.
You know what? I guess because I rolled on Knowledge Arcana already, and it's the absence. Um. Could I? Well, I guess in this case, my brain wants to say to roll the knowledge planes to see if I have even like kind of an idea why this feeling is, but I feel like that's not even gonna help.
Could you do a check to see if you could figure out if the feeling is coming from something? Or a direction? Or is it just kind of everywhere?
Um, I guess it's kind of everywhere
Is
from the
that
description of it.
It's
Where
the
it's like
ambient
saying that, like-
permeating energy. Magic.
I was just wondering if you could do a check to see if you could figure out if it was coming from somewhere. You know, like to try to focus in on that feeling.
Yeah. We can have an arcane check.
Okay, roll the purple die again for it with +10.
It's 24.
Roll the purple.
You have this invasive aura. Now that you've kind of focused yourself down, it seems to be coming northward from Druig's encampment. And it's very hard to place, as it is not something that you're noticing actively. You've discovered something, but you don't know how to actually find it. But you do the general vibe that your rituals are giving you is that northward bound seems to be the source of this unfeeling.
And I guess during that, should I roll for the tracking to try to figure out if there's any tracks that Dreg left?
Yeah, that'd be a survival check.
Yeah, and I get a +1 to track, it says.
Yep.
It says add to the survival check. Alright, that's... Do I still get the plus, first...
Open skies?
The +4 to survival when navigating under clear skies?
Yeah.
For that? Okay, so
Yeah, I'm pretty
that's
sure that
a-
applies just to all survival checks for
yeah,
that.
so that's a +11, so that's a 25.
You do find some faint tracks. Seemingly cooperating with what Zealand has found, heading northward. And you notice that after following them a little briefly, they head northward and then veer sharply west back into the Infinite Forest.
Are you telling me we have to go back into that dirty forest again?
Um,
I can hardly say it's not worthwhile.
If he's off gathering mushrooms and imbibed something under a tree, then I'm going to be most put off.
Also, Red, with the tracks, do they appear to be as if he's normally walking, a normal kind of, or is there any signs of
Why don't you roll yourself a perception check there, bud? You just asked a good question.
That is a 22.
Having followed these tracks, there's something odd about them. They seem, at first you chalk this up to drunk stumbling, but then you notice that these very human tracks are not normal. They are so much deeper into the dirt than you're expecting. Druig is not a large set man. He's very tall, very lanky, but he does not weigh the 400 some odd pounds that these feet must have been weighing to sink into the mud. Having gone back, you actually notice that this track definitely seems like it came in, but it did not go to his home. In fact, it briefly went through his distillery. And you note, which you wouldn't have noticed this before, you note that there seems to be some claw marks in the wood near the kegs that Druid would be working with. And you notice that the tracks, after they seemingly stumble out of the hutch, about 500 yards down, they very sharply, with clear intent, go west.
So it's still the one set of tracks.
One set of tracks of humanoid feet that are this is like a size 10 shoe on a 12-foot man.
That would be the physics of that. That's a little weird. That's magic. I guess I want to look more at the scratch marks to see if I can identify if I could potentially identify the scratch marks.
Roll. You don't have knowledge nature. Roll a d20 and add +2 to it. Oh, actually, I wonder if survival has that. Give me a second.
Survival tasks. Just follow tracks.
Okay, so you can follow tracks, but you don't know what they are. So what was that knowledge check?
15.
That's a bear.
Good spur.
It's like,
Right, onward we go then, I suggest.
You did
There's
tell
no
me that
reason not to
he
follow the tracks.
had interesting relations with bears.
Doesn't matter what his business is. We need to find him regardless.
does anything seem odd about the bruise?
The fact that he let one go bad.
That's it, and that's the only
That
thing odd about
you've
that.
known this man your entire life, you have never known him to waste a single thing. You have witnessed
Yeah, I know, that's
personally
more of a,
what
it's
happens
more-
when he
I would
goes
know
through
the
garbage
bruise-
cans.
It's more of a, if any, the brew seems like a new brew.
It seems like he had started the next batch of what was expected to have been coming.
I
Wait,
mean,
you meant, a new type.
what I meant by new is not as
Oh, no,
it's a new batch, but like a new product.
That would definitely be something. Oh, hold on. Let me figure out the closest thing to get to this. Shizen coffin.
Keep
That's
asking
fine.
questions that make
I
you.
realized I could have gotten an 18 because my familiar gives me a +30 on survival checks.
I would
I'd say if anyone
say
knows anything about the bruise, they might make a roll based off of that.
Well, I was wondering if, based off of the fact that my character grew up and like knows this area really damn well.
roll a d20. Let's let the dice decide.
That's an 18 base.
This is so. The spoiled batch is not the only thing that was in there. It seems like he had a couple of kegs all ready to go. You briefly examine them and they seem perfectly normal for what you would expect. He has various mushroom ales, a liqueur or two that he's made from the local foliage. This spoiled brew is odd. Unfortunately, you can't tell quite if it's just because it's gone rotten, but it's like, it doesn't taste like anything he's made. It has this very odd...
I can taste it to figure it out.
Well, it has a smell to it that doesn't smell
Smell you can taste.
like the normal trappings to what Druid would deliver. The man has been known to come up with some new wildlife every now and again to work into his things, but this is like, this reeks of manufacturing. This reeks of someone in a lab might have had something to do with this.
Yeah, this definitely has gone beyond the range of normal.
Could something? I have profession herbalist, so maybe I could.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, it's like, I
Is
was like,
something
do you
about
want to identify this? I'm worried about it being tainted.
Yes. Roll a purple dice for me, +6. Please.
And it's 14, so 20 in total.
You notice that this what was going to be a batch of healing potions is almost completely synthetic. This from the herbs that were ground to the catalysts used to bind it, to the flavors that have been added, these are 100% not found naturally. And you, after realizing this, looking around, there are not synthetic ingredients in this place. You are familiar with certain more industrialized locations being able to synthesize things in a way that doesn't use magic, but you know that druids, to a druid, this would be about akin to sacrilege. Like this actually could get them in major trouble with the spirits of nature, even thinking about doing something with it.
I wouldn't drink that.
Is there anything wrong with it? I guess my question is, how much would your character reveal that it's synthetic?
I mean, completely.
Okay.
To know how much not to
At that
drink it.
point, it's. I guess I would try to. These are his bottles normally. I would assume, but there's no indication that I can see that this.
And Druid has.
I would suggest we take some with us as evidence and stuff to, like, I guess, look for an area.
This is now
Perhaps he's taking on a new business partner.
Doubt it.
Doubt it. It's a
This-
druid.
This reeks of.
Druids work alone usually, or at least we would have found others.
And this reeks of someone tampering and potentially the reason why he's veered off to the west in the infinite forest. I'm now concerned if it's actually a free will or not.
Well, I'd say we go after him then. I mean, we could take the things that he was making and take them back, but our mission is to retrieve your friend, I'm assuming? Because the way you speak of him, you seem like you've known him for quite a long time.
We both live here. We're from here, from Tifford. He's very important to Tifford.
Well, then you have these tracks.
I guess also can I do any search for no, any of those tracks would be too old to be able to see if I could find really old tracks of how, if anyone has tampered, if there's a second set of tracks anywhere in here.
I assume Zealand is kind of helping Fuzzlotta, with this?
Yes.
As Zealand's kind of giving me the gets his hands dirty type.
I would also, I was gonna say, I want a bottle of the synthetic stuff as a evidence and.
We can
stuff
package
to
up the spoiled batch of healing potion. Fuzzlotta, I want you to make me a survival check, but Zealand, I would like you to do a. Excuse me, sorry. I would like you to do an Arcana check.
Could you roll a purple die for
Yep,
me?
I'm rolling 2 dice at the exact same time.
Yes.
All right. So for you, Small, I rolled a 9. For me, right. Is this tracking or just a regular survival check?
Just regular for now.
Okay, so that's just the plus 10, so 21 for me.
So 21 for the survival, and what was that? Arcana?
Come on.
Anyone?
The Arcana was up 9,
Yeah, I rolled a 9, yes.
so it's 19.
Zealand, kind of searching with Fuzzlotta again, trying to just see if there are any other tracks. You notice once again, while this isn't what you were looking for, you have found evidence that something in the area has concealed tracks. Even Fuzzlotta, for the clearly hampered nature of the tracks that came in through before, they were harder to find than you would expect, especially from something that wasn't trying to pass without trace. Zealand, you're not quite sure how many other people were here. You know for a fact that there were at least 2.
When that's brought up, I want to look to see if we can see the second, if we can tell that the second tracks are there at the where the tracks make the hard left, hard west turn, just to see if we can see if there's any evidence of something happening at that moment.
It's difficult to tell. While you're not finding the tracks, you're finding the same evidence that someone had used magical means. Zealand has found a small twisting of sigils made out of grass, stuck within the leaves of the surrounding. He's found various twigs that seem to have just fallen. However, the symbol that they have made as they have fallen is an arcane symbol of obscuration. So clearly, there were at least 2 people making this happen. But where they were, what they were doing, you're not quite certain of that.
But here we have our mysterious new business partner.
Mysterious partner who would hide their tracks from their partner? Doubt it. This would be people covering up for the fact of they don't want him to know they exist. Guess we have to go follow them and just expect company.
I would expect some kind of company. Usually it's more polite, but I have a feeling this is not going to be.
I doubt they're going to give us a welcome party.
Oh, I
Well,
do
not
like a
friendly.
good welcome party.
they might give us a welcome party, but it's probably going to be violent.
On that note, for our first session, I'm actually going to end this here. So that way at the next session, we can have certain things are going to kick off towards the start of it that I would like more time than what we have to do with it.
Yeah.
But everyone, this has been the first episode of In a Land of Mirrors. And I hope to see you guys as we do more of this. For as long as the players are enjoying themselves, and for as long as I'm enjoying myself, because that's the whole point of D&D.
Yay.
Yeah.
And on that note, bye-bye, everybody!
Bye bye.
Antennas.
Bye-bye.